Countries copy different nations' landmarks all the time. For example, there are 80 different replicas of the Eiffel Tower around the world, from Las Vegas in the United States to Lahore in Pakistan. But China took it a step further, copying entire cities. Tianducheng. It is no wonder how the city earned its nickname of the Paris of the East, since Tianducheng is a spitting image of Paris itself. Construction began in 2007 in the province of Zhejiang. The city includes a 110-meter tall mini replica of the Eiffel Tower, which stands at about a third of the size of the real Eiffel Tower. On top of that, it features an imitation of the Versailles Neptune fountain, and even a copy of Leonardo da Vinci's famous painting, Mona Lisa, in one of the many buildings that mimic the French neoclassical style found across Paris. Even if the city itself doesn't look exactly the same, there are certain corners where it looks almost like the original. Therefore, the city is a popular destination for taking photos. China also copied some details of Paris, like the lampposts on the street and the layout of the greenery surrounding the central tower. However, the city still maintains aspects of traditional Chinese culture. Rather than serving baguettes, the bakeries sell taro and pastries with red beans. The project did not originally attract too many Chinese citizens, with only 2,000 people living in Tianducheng back in 2013. Some people even claimed that the city was turning into a ghost town. However, after a few years, it has become more populated and bustling with activity. The nation is planning to expand the city to be even larger too, with the addition of a metro station within Tianducheng's town. Named after the Thames River in the United Kingdom, Thamestown was built to look exactly like London. The area was originally just a piece of large farmland before Tony Mackay, a British citizen himself, teamed up with the Shanghai Planning Commission to transform it. This was part of an effort on behalf of the nation to redistribute and to move to the suburbs. In the Songjiang district, right outside of Shanghai, Thamestown is now filled with Victorian terraces and even classic red telephone boxes. Some buildings are almost perfect replicas of those found in London, such as the main church that is meant to mimic the Christ Church in Bristol. The country even imported lampposts directly from the United Kingdom to create as authentic of a town as possible. To top it all off, the Chinese government built their own version of London's Tower Bridge. It is double the size of the bridge in London, with 4 turrets instead of 2. After 5 years of construction, the total cost of the copycat town amounted to over $770 million when the project was finally finished back in 2006. Unfortunately, Thamestown did not turn into the big success that its architects hoped it would be. While it did attract many tourists who visited to take their wedding photos, very few people actually live in the town due to the high costs of the houses in the area. Hallstatt. This next replica has the same name as the original town it is copying. Hallstatt, in the town of Luyang within Bolu County, is a copy of a village also known as Hallstatt in Austria. The original Hallstatt has around 900 inhabitants. The Chinese copy has an almost identical layout to the original, from the ponds to the classic European architecture. The replica even features a diorama of the Austrian village in order to ensure authenticity. Many of the employees working in the restaurants and bakeries wear clothing similar to that of Austrian employees in the older village. The project cost about $940 million to complete. Its creators hoped that the town could attract some wealthy Chinese citizens who could not afford to live in the real Austrian village, but would be willing to buy homes in Luyang that looked the same at a lower cost. The Chinese replica also does not attract too many long-term inhabitants. However, it is still a major attraction, both for people native to the nation as well as foreign tourists hoping to get a taste of Austria in the east. Anwang. Our last copycat town in the Jiangxi province is meant to imitate William Shakespeare's place of birth in Stratford-upon-Avon, England. The town's name, San Wang, translates to Three Masters, since it is meant to honor both Tang Jiaozu, Shakespeare's Chinese contemporary, as well as the Spanish author Miguel de Cervantes, in addition to William Shakespeare. Although the town is not yet complete, China originally planned to build a replica of the house where Shakespeare was born, as well as an artificial version of the famous Avon River. To celebrate the life of Cervantes, the town would feature a little Alcala with a copy of his childhood home. The Shakespeare Birthplace Trust, a charity that oversees Shakespeare heritage sites and collections around the globe, wanted to work with Chinese architects to make sure that the town was historically accurate as a representation of the original Stratford-upon-Avon. However, these plans for San Wang will have to wait because the Ministry of Housing and Urban Rural Development banned the development of any new copycats in May of 2020. According to government officials, they made this decision in hopes of promoting designers native to China and to preserve the nation's culture.